Hey, thanks for joining us on today's live stream. Please consider this our gift to you, an exploration into the spiritual realm, the universal architecture of infinite possibilities. Here we teach, explore, experiment in order to share the secrets passed down from the masters. Can you feel it? Have you heard the rumbles in the collective consciousness? Are you stepping confidently into your place in this emergence of human potential? Look around you. The evidence is clear, more clear than it's ever been, that we are now in the most important time in history. And there's a calling for you to rise from your slumber, to rise from the ashes, to rise and bring forth the empowered entrepreneur within you.
Welcome to today's episode of Hacking the Infinity Matrix.
Let's get busy.
By the end of today's stream, you'll get a simple yet powerful Infinity Matrix hack for you to step into the empowered entrepreneur reality and start to level up your business in the next 30 days or less. We're guessing, based on the title of this live stream, that you are either running a business right now or you're deeply considering starting one. And you are among the new breed of spiritually empowered entrepreneurs that are on the rise. We'll talk a little bit more about what that means as we go through today's live stream. So we welcome you, and we want you to know the world is needing you right now, okay? So before we jump into the content, you should know that we are big unless it's your first time on the stream with us, you understand and you know that we're big advocates of implementing what you learn and learning from what you implement. Right. So the only way that you can get that during this, it comes with participation. Right. So for those of you who are here live, go ahead and let us know in the comments where in the world you're tuning in from. Okay, let us know the city and the state or country, whatever, and just give us an idea of where you're tuning in from, so we get an idea of the global community that you are a part of as we go through this training today. And if you haven't done it, if you've done it before, and you're a regular, we ask you to do it every time, right? So there are new people popping in, so and some are also popping in and out based on what they're doing. As you jump on live, just tell us where you are, what city, what state, what country, if outside of North America. Okay. And if you've been here a while, right, if you've been a regular of ours, go ahead and pop a heart emoji or one of your favorite emojis of choice. Okay, just so we kind of know, who are the people that are back on a regular basis, right? And if it's your first time, drop a hashtag first time. And then we'll circle back around to say hello and welcome you properly into our community. All right. Now, don't go too far from your keyboard, okay, or your keypad, because we are going to encourage engagement in today's session, maybe a little bit more than we've done in the past, because we feel there's a calling that needs to happen and an engagement that needs to be implemented in what we're going to cover today. So make sure you're getting the content and being present throughout. That engagement's going to be essential, right? So give me a hashtag time to rise. All right, give me a hashtag time to rise to start that off if you're ready and willing to play along as best as you can. Hashtag time to rise, and that includes if you're on the replay. Okay, if you're catching the replay, act as if you are live. Okay, act as if you are live and responding and interacting in real time. Right, when you interact with these hashtags, it notifies Ross and us. We can pop back in and see that, oh, okay, and then potentially interact with you either on at the time you're on, or when on the off hours when you're gone and we're on, and we circle back on these comments. All right. So even if you're on the replay, you're not off the hook, all right? Because we will come back and we will respond to every message in the feed as we do every week. And we're on episode 112 now, all right? So if you are on the replay, one thing you can do is also let us know by typing hashtag replay. So they're easy to pop out and recognize you in the chats as well. Hashtag replay helps us to kind of recognize that you're watching it at a time that's not live with us. All right. Also, go ahead and tell us in the comments what kind of business that you have or you're thinking about doing, and how long have you been doing it or thinking about doing it? Okay. Go ahead and let us know in the comments, just so we kind of see what's going on with, and it's kind of we don't normally do this, but it's kind of a way for you to give yourself a shameless plug. All right.
There you
So
go.
go ahead and do that in the comments and let us know. All right.
That's it. Thanks, Gary. So although we are not proponents of laying blame or pointing fingers, we can say this: your current status in life is a byproduct of the society at large. Taking into consideration that there are thousands of different cultures blossoming in today's time, each with its own uniqueness of the human condition. There are threads of commonality woven throughout all of them, all of you. A commonality that binds us together as one species called humanity. We are a race that has walked this world in one form or another for eons, fighting, crying, laughing, and loving. Yet one consistent thread weaves its way through all of time: our insatiable need to grow and thrive, both as a civilization and, most importantly, as individuals. We've determined that this need to learn and create, to be better, requires a very specific mindset, that of a spiritual, empowered mindset. So today, we focus on the rise of the empowered entrepreneur. And just to clarify, that spiritual empowered mindset is a state of confidence. It's a state of, I know what I want and I will not compromise. I will always look for a win-win. And that's what being empowered is all about. So ultimately, our goal is to be the catalyst for you to be living that spiritually empowered mindset for the rest of your life. Living life without compromise and setting new standards for what you are willing to accept as your destiny. An empowered entrepreneur goes further and is someone who understands the structure of their reality and has developed an intimate communication with the internal and external matrix from a place of complete choice, creating states of total flow and abundance. And then, through living one day at a time from that choice convergence point, impacting those who enter their circle of influence during this temporary human journey. The empowered entrepreneur is driven by a vision that seems bigger than the container of your body and the limits of your body-mind connection. It's accelerated by the actions you take or don't take, and fueled by your passion and your purpose.
Yeah, history has given us evidence to show that the early days of being a empowered badass, if you will, was all about physical violence matched with brute strength. But the essence of spiritually empowered entrepreneur was always about knowing what you wanted and going for it congruently and confidently, and aligning with your divine purpose and piercing the veils of reality in order to set new standards and new examples of human potential. So as human beings, I think we got it wrong some time ago, right? Somehow we got we got hoodwinked into believing that the path to spiritual evolution and success in business was only based on identity, right? Meaning whether a person was labeled man or woman, right? Child or adult, royalty or peasant, right? Educated or unschooled, black or white, right? That whole this or that mentality is a thing of the past. And we've been talking about that now for 3+ years. Okay. So whatever the name a person was labeled with, and for whatever reason they were labeled with those labels, we somehow thought the potential growth and evolution was dictated by those labels. So if you think about it, okay, in human history, it wasn't too long ago that a person was most likely to be born into that empowered, successful lifestyle and experience. And it was based on their societal status of their parents. It wasn't that long ago, right? And in some places around the world, a lot of these archaic practices are still adhered to in the world, right? Tell me in the chat something you feel that we got wrong as humans in the past, and that it's still lingering in today's society. Okay, something that we got wrong as humans in the past and we're still lingering as a society, as an idea, thought, belief system, practices, those kinds of things, right? Where we've evolved past it in knowledge or experience or wisdom, but yet still some segments of society are still doing those things. Because in those archaic societal structures, the illusion of power and success was fed through acts of being merciless, and only a few select individuals were destined for greatness and freedom, destined for influence and power that they wanted, right? While all the quote unquote common folk suffered and were met with a glass ceiling as they attempted to rise above their designated status. So mostly it was knowledge that was kept from them, right? So the information they needed to go out of their current circumstances was held back. The resources to get those things, the necessary resources and opportunities were seldom presented, right? Certain individuals had to break the mold, had to, they were unique in the way they thought, or something that happened for them that inspired something that allowed them to see new potential. And so their pool of choices often, for most people, often seemed very severely limited. And this meant that in many cases, they just had no way of competing. They had no advantages in their favor that could make them break through the fears and limitations that shrouded them in order to be better, to live from their personal truth, to develop a skill, a gift, an offering to the planet in the form of a business structure that serves them and humanity. And the ability and the option to go through life in total alignment with their spiritually evolving life force as a way of being that was led by passion, purpose, and spirit was held back. It was hidden from them, right? Sometimes in the mentality. Sometimes is what people said. Oh, don't do that. That's not possible. That's only for certain people. Those kinds of things were brought down through the eons of that type of conditioning. So the rise of the spiritually empowered entrepreneurs was inevitable. Okay, a revolution of sorts.
Yes.
Because your connection with source, God, universe, all that is, whatever you label it, that connection can't be denied. It's eternal, it's infinite, and it's always evolving. The world is in the process of radical change over the last few years, if you haven't noticed. Okay, we ain't done yet. All right. And there's still rumblings of other things that are in works and that are happening day by day. The old structures are falling apart and leaving space for something new to arise. Right? The question is, are you ready? Are you prepared? As an empowered entrepreneur, are you prepared? And what we bring is to you is an innovative new approach to preparing you as the ultimate empowered spiritual entrepreneur. Right? And stepping into your ultimate badass self that guarantees results and is considered by many as the next leap in personal, spiritual, and planetary evolution. It's not just us saying this. Okay? Our human family is in the middle of the most significant transition since its emergence in Africa over 100 years, over 100,000 years ago. 100 years ago. That's not. You just got, well, some people, you got a question.
I want to read the books you read.
Right? And this transformation is revealing both unprecedented global changes and challenges, disruptions, and awakenings that are making way for an unlimited wellspring of possibilities for each and every one of us. And the more you can align with that truth for yourself, the more you can embrace that empowered entrepreneur, spiritually involved entrepreneur, as a society as a whole, we're all going to benefit. Okay, it is the crossroad of potential futures that has prompted us and other visionaries, including the Dalai Lama, Michael Beckwith, Marianne Williamson, Brene Brown, Tony Robbins, Greg Braden, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton. Now some celebrities are stepping in there with Matthew McConaughey, and I mean there's a few others that are stepping into that realm and seeing that, hey, we're in this place where we're at a crossroads. And in their own ways, they are sending out a call for the acceleration of personal mastery with a sincere commitment to forging the blueprint for a more open, more loving, and a more collaborative society. But in our eyes, Ross and I, in our eyes, the age of transformation has come to an end. You can't be looking at just going for transformation in your life anymore. The age of transformation has come to an end. We are entering an age of evolution. It's time to evolve now. And only those who properly prepare will rise and thrive in the new up and coming economy. So if you hear these words and they're speaking to you in one way or another, then you know that it has become increasingly more essential for us to be impeccable with our commitment to be fueled by passion, purpose, and spirit, to being accountable and taking personal responsibility for our actions. It's time. It's time to shower ourselves and the world with a commitment to excellence that exceeds the ego and awakens us to a genuine harmony with one another, our highest self, and this amazing planet that we live on. And the majority of society has been conditioned with a primary weakness, an insatiable desire to play it small and to forget just how magnificent they are. So they could always be distracted, have their emotions, thoughts, actions, and all of those things influenced by others, which ended up in a life of living at the mercy of grace or chaos of others. Okay, and what good is a spiritually charged empowerment if it's just tucked away, if it's kept in secret, if it's repressed by fear of accepting just how great you actually can be and are? You end up feeling like you have no choice in the reality you create, the opportunities that are presented, or the abundance that's omnipresent. But you do have choice. And that is your superpower. You have choice. It's a power that, if you're honest with yourself about it, you've had a deep and growling hunger for your mind is inspired by it. Your body is yearning for it. Your true spirit has been caring and wanting it. And the world is begging for it. So it's time to rise and show up as your spiritually empowered self, spiritually evolving life force. Okay? And not just momentary glimpses either, right? We're talking full embodiment of your God, goddess self, radiating into every aspect of your infinity matrix, into the infinite matrix reality through your business offerings, through who you show up as on a day-to-day basis, to embody that internally and externally. So it's time to turn that dynamite, that dynamic and radiant you directly into that darkness that is showing up in your life and in the world, whatever that is for you, however that's been showing up. And then create lasting and more effective forms of empowered realities that we can all collaborate and participate in. And that's why that's ultimately why we created what we call the infinity process, right? Our advanced coaching and implementation program. And getting a full understanding of the structure of the realities that we experience, that encoding a language of enlightenment that is designed by us, for us, and reflecting back to us as a reflection from the spirit in the matrix, day by day, moment by moment, as we strive to transcend the matrix into what many have been calling the next stage, an evolution of enlightenment. Okay, so in a little bit, I'm going to give you a taste of the infinity process in action so you can step into empowered entrepreneur reality and start to level up your business in the next 30 days or less. And like we've mentioned before, we strongly encourage implementation and implementing what you learn and learning from what you implement. So we put together a 5-day empowered business mastery bootcamp training Okay. Some of you know it as, in the past, we did it as our 5-day badass challenge. We've revamped it. We've tweaked it. We've gone in and dug in and looked at the content and the structure and laying it out, and it's on a whole nother level now. And we're going to be doing that again soon, in the very soon next few weeks. If you'd like more information on that and how to join us on, we call it the 5-step solution to level up empowered businesses. Okay. If you're interested in knowing more about that, just drop a hashtag bootcamp in the comments. And again, that's also, if you're on the replays, hashtag bootcamp in the comments, and we'll send you a personal DM. Either one or one of our staff, as our support staff, will personally send you a DM in Messenger with the details. Again, we're starting very soon, so let us know that. We're working on some details to kind of wrap that up before we solidify a date on that for you. Okay, it's a simple 5-step process that anyone can do. Okay, and in doing so, hacking the infinity matrix, so the quantum field, the infinity matrix, begins to serve you more consciously and intentionally for the business success you desire and deserve. Okay, and the one hack I'm going to share with you today, and I'll share a little bit later, is called The Rise of the Empowered Entrepreneurs.
All right, and that's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really cool. Thanks. So the way we see things going, and as Gary said earlier, a spiritual revolution is at hand. And the most influential in this revolution will be the business owners and the entrepreneurs and the vanguards like yourselves, who have gifts that they need to bring to the world. You are needed. It's time to strip away the layers of limitation and doubt. It's time to step into your light. It's time to feel your brilliance and let that radiate through. And then with that, transform your identity into the empowered entrepreneur that has been dormant inside. To wake up, to believe that the universe, the God force, all that is, has your back and wants you to shine. Expand your capabilities so that you can consistently walk your talk, live your purpose, and design a reality that is most in alignment with your truth, not our truth, yours. This revolution is comprised of people like you who are committed to embracing their perfect imperfections and stepping confidently into an age of noble responsibility, enlightened action, and the embodiment of mastery level skill sets. So I'm going to cover some of these and ask you to play along with some interaction here. There's a few of them. So I urge you to play full out. And the energy that you put into this will reflect back into your reality. Promise you. Plus, you'll be keeping yourself alert and engaging your memory receptors in your brain. Right, Melanie? I know you're listening. So wouldn't it be amazing to rapidly increase your personal growth curve for quickly integrating positive and lasting changes in your life? If you think so, give me a hashtag lasting changes in the comments. Or what about gaining more control over how you think, feel, and act in every situation? Drop a hashtag control if you think that's important and you'd like more on that. How about rise yourself above the crowd, slipping out of the storm and into the eye as a leader among leaders who skillfully prepare for any and every situation? Give us a hashtag rise above. And could you imagine recoding the structure of the infinity matrix, become fluent in the language of enlightenment and nurturing your spirit in the matrix and being able to transcend into artistic expressions of possibility and love? Who wants that? Give me a hashtag transcend. Imagine being able to massively reduce your daily stress levels and dramatically increase your clarity of passion and purpose. Drop a hashtag stress be gone. And if you suffer from any amount of negative self-talk, it's critical to be able to replace the negative responses that you hear in your head with empowering declarations of reality that represent your potential. And that's what today is all about. So give me a hashtag empowered. And in these chaotic times, it's becoming increasingly more important to supercharge the internal world of neural activity and harmonize the outside world of materialism into an intimately connected network of empowering thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So let's do a hashtag supercharged. Because I think each of us would appreciate the skills to easily turn all obstacles into opportunities for personal and spiritual and financial growth. Really think about that type of skill and give me a hashtag opportunities. And last, the rise of the empowered entrepreneurs ultimately gives you the ability to really control your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions for the rest of your life. So give me a hashtag spiritual badass, because that's what we're going to be. And it's for these reasons that we do what we do, Gary and I. It's why we're here. Why we're here with you every week. And especially why we've created the Expanding Beyond Business Mastery 5-day Bootcamp. The training is called the 5-step solution to level up your empowered businesses. And we believe that this is the type of content the world is yearning for. Your clients, your customers are craving for it. Aren't you tired of the kind of confrontational business mindset? And the how can I get the most out of you for the least amount from me? And that's what it is. It's me, 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 me. Isn't there a we? Is that gone? And it's hard to contend with when you're caught up in the chaos and the confusion and you're caught up in the storm. Do me a favor. Imagine your life, your business, your reality, free from the storm. I've always told people that the only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself. We call this existing in the tranquility of the eye of the storm. Wouldn't that make everyday decisions, everyday encounters and transactions so much easier? Yes? Give me a yes in the comments. So we invite you to take the first step in becoming an empowered entrepreneur right now. So drop in that hashtag bootcamp and we'll send you some information if you're interested. Because the idea here is you have to do something that makes you feel you are worthy of respect. And no one can give you that. You can't stare in the mirror and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Well, granted, it'll work for as long as you're standing in the bathroom, but it won't last, especially when the storm hits. You have to do something that you believe is worthy of respect. And part of that is for you to respect yourself. Doing something that you think is exciting and fulfilling and honorable, in that it helps you it not only helps yourself, but it helps other people because they need you. They need your gifts. So if you do that, then you'll set in this core belief that will will see you through the turmoil of the ups and the downs of life and of love and business and all that other good stuff. And the one effect in all of this is that you're going to be super driven. Because to feel good about yourself, you must have dominion over your own life. Which means when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And for most, that takes an insane amount of discipline and drive. And that scares people. Because a drive that it's a type of drive that doesn't make it about the outcome, but rather makes it about the pursuit. Does that sound better? Give me a hashtag pursuit. That's the kind of life that you want. So the formula of tying your self-esteem to a sincere pursuit of something good and purposeful is the only way out of the death spiral many of you are experiencing right now, today. It's an awesome formula because it takes the achievement factor out. Because that's the part that's driving you crazy. That's what makes this so awesome. Because we are all about condition. We are all conditioned, as Gary said earlier, to let go of the important things in life. We're conditioned to let go of achievement. They're not achievement. We're actually, that's what all we're conditioned for, but we forget about the relationships and the love and the time and the precious experiences of life. When this formula, it makes, when you're only thinking about achieve, it's when this formula makes it about working hard to make a contribution that you find exciting and being rewarded for it. You see, the success is not guaranteed, but the struggle is. No matter what you're trying to do, it's going to be hard. Now, the question becomes, do you embrace the struggle or not? So what's going to keep your drive alive? What's going to keep you driven? What's going to keep you coming back day after day after day after day? Is it that achievement that you can't seem to grasp? Or is it the drive and the strive for that momentum forward, for that pursuit? Because a lot of times that achievement is kind of like, it's like buying a new pair of shoes. They're great for a week, but then they're just shoes. Our training programs are a progressive approach to your empowered business mastery that combines the classic truths from the depth of human history with a comprehensive integration of current healing arts, neurosciences, quantum physics, and the distinctions of the masculine and the feminine energies. Because to achieve profound transformations in yourself and in the world, it requires wisdom that is sourced from the most up-to-date change technologies. And your ability to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. These programs have been specifically designed so that you can recognize, recode, and repattern the infinity matrix that you live in. To level up your business mastery, will give you everything you need to transform your approach to business success and the impact that you have on your clients, your customers, and the world. Many of our students begin noticing transformations within the first 24 hours. Some of them are on this call. Most will begin to experience the necessary shifts in their ability to create empowered realities within a few sessions. But the real impact is one that grows and it expands and lasts way beyond the training. It comes from reversing the ratio of disempowered versus empowered exposure that you get in your life on a day, minute by minute. It's not day by day anymore, it's minute by minute, second by second. They're only for those who dare to explore the boundaries of their potential, though. Really, those who are serious and will absolutely launch your life into the consistent harnessing of your infinite power to design reality unlike you've ever done before. You'll be exposed to our proprietary program, as Gary said, the Infinity Process, learning the existing code in your matrix of reality that's always been there, but you never knew it was there. Imagine interpreting negative patterns of behavior with empowering thoughts and beliefs and actions that lead you to achieving extraordinary goals. Imagine you shift your negative emotions and easily transform them towards experiencing an abundance of joy and celebration and freedom. Live your life as a person who easily overcomes challenges and grows effortlessly. These aren't fairy tales. They're real life experiences from our students. Experiences they never dreamed they could ever have.
Yeah, and with millions of people actively seeking a world, I mean, it's growing, right? We've been in this field for many years, and we've seen there's a consistent growing of it and branching off and all the different ways that people get exposed to and share their gifts. And there's millions of people actively seeking a world of collaboration, okay, a world of courage and compassion. And with that, it seems that we have the potential of reaching the global tipping point in our lifetime. Okay, and these to us are exciting times. And as we break free from the dark cocoons of our past, that desire for a more natural order of existence is being felt within the people around the world. You feel it, those of you that are listening, right? Those of you that tune in week after week, those of you that are in our private groups, growing and the communities that we're building online as well as in our real world. We're feeling it. These are exciting times. Okay, it's time to liberate our truth, to embody enlightenment, and experience the beauty of everyday life by living what's being revealed to us through the Infinity Matrix. And so if you find yourself motivated by the possibility of a more enlightened society, and you're ready for a massive leap in your personal evolution and your business success, then there is an empowered entrepreneur within you. A spiritually empowered entrepreneur that is ready to live life with purpose, passion, and spirit. Okay, so here's the Infinity Matrix hack that I promised. You can take notes on this. All right. So first, before I go into the steps, I have I have to preface it by telling you that I start with the number 0 as the first step, because starting from a fresh place that is void of the past conditionings or future expectations is one of the purest places to begin any transformation and evolution from. Okay. Plus, there's other reasons that we teach in what we call our AAI program. All right. So it's our Advanced Accountability and Implementation program called the Infinity Process. So step 0, you can take your notes. Step 0 is take a few moments to connect with your higher self, your God force, your quantum self, whatever you want to call it. And what all that is, whatever you label that as. And however you get that sense of connecting with that, create that connection, and then create an imaginary circle vortex on the ground in front of you. Okay, a circle that will transport you into a reality of courageous integrity and full realization that you're always greater than what you thought that you were. Okay, that's the first step. Connect with source, create your imaginary circle that's going to transport you into a reality of courageous integrity and full realization that you are always greater than what you thought you were. Step one. Step 0 is that. Step 1. From here, get a sense of what excites you. Okay? Before stepping in, get a sense of what excites you, what you're passionate about, the things you enjoy the most, the parts that fill you up. And you may have to look back into your own personal history and notice where there has been sparks of excitement and joy, or you may be feeling that right now. What are the things that initiated those vibrations? And as you become aware of those sparks, allow the biggest spark to slip to the front of the line, wherever it is in the past. Let it slip to the front of the line and let it rise, or let it rise to the top of the pile, depending on how you're stacking and structuring it. Let it rise to the top of the pile and make a commitment to completely align yourself with that vibration of your truth in your everyday waking life. You may not know how that unfolds yet, but just make a commitment to align with that vibration. Okay? Then step 2. Bring that into your reality by questioning. Where will you be committing? Where will you be committing to and noticing your alignment with your core truth? Where will you be when you notice that you're committing to it and you're aligning with your core truth? That's one question. The next question you ask is, when do you intend to expect this alignment to occur? When? What time of day? What time of year? What season is it? And the third question is, who and what are all the things you will experience as evidence in your reality that you are maintaining that alignment and that commitment? Who or what are all the things that you'll experience as evidence in your reality that you are maintaining alignment and commitment to that vibration? And the next question is, why? Why is it important for you to live your life fueled by passion, purpose, and spirit? Why is it important for your empowered entrepreneurial self to live life fueled by passion, purpose, and spirit? Only you can answer that. And then finally, how will you know your reality is reflecting the rise of your spiritually empowered business badass self? How will you know? Those are the 3 steps. Step 0, step 1, step 2. Okay. Now add that to, or as, if you don't already have one, add it as your morning routine for 30 days. And notice how your reality starts to morph into one or more experiences of joy, happiness, success, and celebrations. Okay? So real quick, step 0, connect with higher self. Create that imaginary circle, that vortex on the ground that will transport you into a reality of courageous integrity. Step 2, from there, get a sense of that. What excites you most? What are you passionate about? Connect with that vibration, that spark, whatever it is. Bring it to the front of the line and commit to aligning yourself to that vibration. Step 2, bring into your reality that experience by questioning more often through the day, where will you be when you're committing that and noticing? When do you intend or expect this alignment to occur? Who and what are the things in your experience that show up as evidence that you are aligning and that you are maintaining? And why is it important for you to be fueled by passion, purpose, and spirit? And then how will you know your reality is reflecting it? What's the evidence that you are stepping into and living your spiritually empowered business self? That's awesome, Tracy. Says, I swim in the ocean and I connect to all that's bigger than me. That's amazing. That's a great way to do it.
Fantastic.
That is awesome. And whether you know it or not, energetically, you're doing much more than you think when you do that. There's a lot going on just by what you said there. There's a lot that's happening when you do that. So for 30 days, put those 3 steps into your day-to-day experience. Notice what happens. So final reminder to get a deep dive into the 5-step solution to level up your empowered business. The training is free. It starts in the next few weeks. So drop a hashtag bootcamp. That's hashtag bootcamp in the comments and get ready to be forever fueled by passion, purpose, and spirit in your business. Okay, so if you'd like more information on how to register for that and more details on it, we will respond to those that drop the hashtag bootcamp in the comments. Either one of us or our supporting staff will connect with you through Messenger DMs. Okay, and so one final thing, as we like to leave you with, is we dare you to be exceptional. The only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. So till next time, be well, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next live stream.
We'll see you there. Bye-bye.